What's going on, everybody? We are back live here on the 10-7 show with Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself. And it looks like Tara and Goose are out in Wakanda doing their thing. And
yes, Wakanda forever.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
A legend in the making, gone too soon, taken from us.
Absolutely.
So that is their tribute to Chadwick Boseman. They are in Wakanda right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in the studio, and they didn't take us with them.
That was news to get yesterday, wasn't it?
Listen, it was hard to get in with this coronavirus and everything. They want to know everywhere I've been the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're not coming back.
Hey, send us some vibranium if y'all.
Yes, please. Just a little bit.
So besides being in Wakanda, man, how have y'all been? You know how I start the show. I like to know how y'all been and everything like that. We actually did see y'all yesterday for brief.
Yeah.
I know.
The first time in how many months did we see you guys?
Man, it's got to be like
Since
4 or 5 months.
Yeah. So we're doing good.
We actually did absolutely nothing this weekend, which is cool.
Well, we took a ride.
Yeah, but that ain't really.
We took a ride in the time machine and went up to Bethlehem.
But I spent 90% of my weekend in the yard.
No, well, you are the backyard again.
Smoking cigars, watching TV, and drinking.
I had me a good cigar the other day.
Where?
Here, backyard. I don't know if it's Jamie Garcia or Jaime Garcia, but that's what I had. That joint was
Jamie or Jaime?
Jaime. Okay.
But so everybody, welcome back to the 10-7 show. We are live. We weren't live. We didn't do a show last week, right?
No,
we didn't do a show last week. Circumstances beyond our control. We weren't able to do a show last week, but we're here now. And just like we do every 10-7 show. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sneezing?
It's been a long day.
Got the Rona?
No, I don't.
It's time for our favorite part of the show, and we like to call it Would You Rather.
We need I was gonna say we need some game music and like sparklers.
Little confetti, toss it up.
So I have one right here. I have a few right here that one I know we've done before, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
One that is kind of relevant to today as a whole. Okay.
Wow.
And so the one that we've done before, I'm going to start with that one. Would you rather date someone you love or date someone who loves you? Meaning, if you love them, they don't love you. But if you don't love them, they love you.
I'd rather date someone who loves me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd rather date someone who loves me.
Yeah, me too.
Without loving them?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It got to be another person for me to be with. They probably Reg, Big Titty, something.
Oh my God!
What the world?
We just got in. I don't even know how where the time is.
I don't even know. Not even 3 minutes.
What?
I think I'm on the same type time too. Date somebody that loves me, and because I can fake it till I make it, right?
Oh,
absolutely, with everything you can. Mm-hmm.
That's what you mean. Ooh, you doing the same? You doing the same thing?
Says who?
Everybody answered the same way, so they talking about faking love. You gonna act like? Are you gonna act like you don't love them too?
No, absolutely not.
Then you gonna fake it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Then you gonna fake it. Mm-hmm. So what's up, everybody? That's tuning in. So here we go. We got a couple. We got a comment here. Yeah, but if you don't love them, they will get on your nerves.
Not necessarily.
They'll get on your nerves if you love them too. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, really?
I don't necessarily know that. I wouldn't let them
because you get on my God.
Oh, I know it. I enjoy getting on your nerves.
I know you do. See?
It's what I live for.
I have a would you rather.
Says date someone who loves you.
Let's have it.
All right. So this is, a little on the lighter side.
Okay.
My would you rather is, would you rather, oh Lord, I lost my place. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. Would you rather not be able to go out in the daytime or not be able to go out in the nighttime?
Well, I can't see at night, so I'm okay with not going out in the nighttime.
I think we've done that before. I would rather not. I would rather not go out in the nighttime.
I think it was worded differently, but yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this show almost a year now, so
I don't
we're probably
remember.
going to repeat some stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little torn because
because fun stuff happened that day and at night.
Right. So I want to go out both.
It definitely does. I'm thinking of I wouldn't be able to go to a Sixers game.
Nope.
I watch it on TV though, like I do most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I would say at night because the crazy stuff happened at night too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, crazy shit.
Yeah.
We in Philly, crazy things happen.
Yeah, crazy things is happening all the time now.
Yeah, I'll probably pick the night.
You probably pick the night. Okay.
I think I'd pick the night.
Okay.
Because things are closed at night too. Like you have to find a 24-hour grocery
Unless you're in New
store.
York.
Now here I go. When you say night, what do you mean night? Like what time?
Right. What time is night? Is it sundown? Is it dusk?
When it's dark outside.
Yeah, when it's dark. I would go with that.
That's what I'm going with.
All right.
Okay.
I have one, guys, that's kind of deep.
Okay.
Would you rather end hunger or end hatred?
Hatred.
Hunger.
Agreed.
I would say hatred because if you end hatred, everybody would love each other. So then you would feed thy neighbor.
Yeah, nah.
You're like, yeah, nah.
We're thinking
It's always going to be that anomaly out there, that person who, however you choose to fix the hatred, not going to work for them. They're not going to go along with what's going on.
Okay.
But for me, I think I would rather solve hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because most of the people that's hungry and experiencing that are disenfranchised. So
exactly.
So I would rather feed them so they can have the strength to fight the hatred.
That makes sense. I like that. Okay.
Drain on bread.
Okay. Okay.
I would rather feed them. I don't give a damn about the hatred. I've been living with hatred all my life. Not inner hatred, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know a world without hatred. I've never been hungry.
People hate us.
I've never gone hungry. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely, I'm feeding people because the hatred's gonna be that. Like, I know how to live with it. I don't know how to live with being hungry.
I agree. I can agree with that.
I've been hungry. I've never been starving. I've never had that problem.
Right.
So,
I've never been in that type of situation. So there you go with the Would You Rather. I did have one more to do. I mean, if y'all want to check it out.
Yeah, bring it
Why
on.
not? Have at it.
It's kind of almost on the same lines as hers. I'm trying to find it because I don't know what happened here.
You lost your spot like me.
Lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Would you rather be free or totally safe?
Wait, what?
So when you say free,
what?
what do you mean by free?
What free? Like not in jail?
Right, exactly.
I guess you just got total freedom. Like the question says, would you rather be free?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they know that there's a lot of people out here that just don't really have true freedom, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or totally safe.
I say free.
Free.
I have to say free. There's no way, as long as there's crazy people out here who want to do crazy things to people, none of us are totally safe ever. So I'd rather be free.
Exactly. You heard of freak accidents.
Yeah, definitely free.
Yeah.
See, I would almost say safe because it really depends. Like, does that mean that I'm still going to be living the life the way I am right now is just like not going to get any better for Black folks? And when it comes to the freedom, how we say we're not totally free because of this, that, and the third. We're totally safe. Is it going to get worse for me? Like, I'd rather be safe. I can, if I'm totally safe, I can talk smack to the cops all day.
Yeah.
I'll even slap one in the face.
See, that's why you.
And they not
see.
going to shoot me because I'm gonna be totally safe.
They won't shoot you, but they can
But
still
think about this:
watch your
if you're totally safe, but if
free,
you're
you're not gonna be
totally
free.
safe, you'll never be in danger. You'll never have that issue with a cop.
I don't agree with that.
If you're locked up at a BCA trying to grip you up,
Oh,
you're totally
Lord.
safe.
Oh Lord, I don't agree with that.
that part.
All right,
Just saying.
I'm gonna stick with mine and be free.
yeah, I'm gonna stick with freedom.
You know why?
Freedom.
Because the thing about it is that if you're truly free, you dig what I'm saying, and you living that life like that. If you're confronted by those things, you're not even on that level. You vibrating at a higher level
Right.
than violence.
Somebody said safely sitting in prison.
That's exactly what you say.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, that's funny.
Well, there you have the would you rather's. I'm not gonna make us do another one here. So, but we do have some things that we want to talk about. And did you want to introduce the whole pastor thing?
Well,
Or
I
was
thought
it
Tara was
Tara?
going
Was
to
it
do
Tara?
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sure, not a problem. So, the article, well, it's not even really an article. I saw a snippet on Facebook and I inboxed you guys about it. Mega preacher and former OWN reality star John Gray,
Mhm.
who's married to his wife. I think her name is
Avantar.
Avantar. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Her name's Avatar?
Avantar.
I don't know. No, she's not blue. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
Avatar.
Oh
So
my
anyway,
gosh. Did you ask if she was blue?
I didn't know
Lord.
they were, but like I saw that he was a pastor, and I like immediately sent it to you because I know you know who.
Yeah, I'm very familiar.
Right. So this is allegedly over the weekend a new scandal broke that he was featured in a video.
Yeah, honey, she got receipts.
Yeah. So apparently he has a girlfriend, and I'm wondering if is it the same woman that he got caught with last year? Do you know about that?
I don't believe so from what I've heard,
Mhm.
allegedly.
Okay.
It's the sister of a pastor that he's friends with.
Oh. Okay.
Allegedly.
Why
They had allegedly.
don't forget to say allegedly.
Right.
That's how the rich stay rich.
Yes.
Keep it in the family.
He was allegedly accused sometime last year.
Yeah, early 2019.
Right, of multiple affairs on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
his
have
wife,
2 children together.
yes, and his wife took it upon herself to get into the pulpit
Mm-hmm.
and say all kind of things about how these women spoke to the child inside of her husband. And he claimed allegedly that he didn't sleep with any of these women.
Yeah, he did say that he's not sleeping with her. But there are a couple. Go ahead, finish saying what you were saying. But there was a couple clips from the video that I was.
There was some voicemails that were leaked last time.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently he ain't doing that good of a job picking these women because everybody recording is dumb behind.
But the thing about it is, it's because they know exactly who he is. Like it's just not
right.
They can make a come up.
Right, exactly. So I mean, it would behoove him to keep it in his pants. So apparently he got he got an issue with the flesh, and the only reason why this is such big news is because he's a pastor. And you know, if you're a pastor, you're supposed to live by the word of God, and you're supposed to be held by a certain standard, but not just the pastor. All Christians, if you say you believe in God, you should be living by the word. But most of us are not. We're not Jesus. We're not all perfect. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect until Jesus comes to scoop us up. Okay. But the issue is like, come on, dude. Like, you done already got caught. Somebody done already had receipts on you last year. Right. And then here you go again with a video? Come on.
But see, the thing about it is that some celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Some celebrities live their life in a way where they think where they have to or they want to protect their celebrity.
Okay.
Some celebrities live their life thinking that their celebrity protects them.
That's true. That's true.
They need to surround themselves with people that aren't yes men and tell them that you need to sit your butt.
You need to chill. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, you're not like a serious celebrity. Like, you just a high profile pastor. Mm-hmm. So it's not that deep, but apparently, like he was asked, wanted to fly this girl out to some island
Chicago. Yeah,
during a pandemic.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you this?
Yeah.
Just about something you just said.
Uh-huh.
Being a high profile past, does that not make him a celebrity?
It does make him a
Yeah,
celebrity,
okay.
but I'm
I mean,
not
it
talking
does
about
make
like
I mean, because if he wasn't a celebrity, we won't be talking about
and
it.
he had a
Exactly.
reality show on.
he had a reality show. But what right. I mean,
That makes him a
I think it's a
celebrity, yeah.
difference between a high profile pastor and a celebrity. Like celebrity in my mind, in my opinion, like you're acting, you have some type of musical talent, you know what I mean? You're doing something. He had a reality show. He used to sing with Kirk Franklin, mind you. And
He was always flat.
Say less.
Yeah. He's actually, I forget which video he's in, but he's actually in one of the videos. I forget the name of the song, but I just happen to be like, oh, that's John Gray.
Right.
So, but anyway, he has made the news again. I would say let this be a lesson to all celebrities, male and female.
It says that he allegedly met this woman. Initially, he started counseling her. So he was her pastor.
Exactly. And see, that's a lot of pastoral cheating. Starts like that. They start with the pastoral counseling. And I think that is such a sneaky, snaky, manipulative move on the part of the counselor.
Now, what if she was
the aggressor?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, if he was the aggressor, he still has choice.
Right.
Even if she was the aggressor, you still have the responsibility
but it's not being
to maintain.
Manipulative if she's the aggressor.
Right. But but he still has if you are married, number one, it's your responsibility to maintain that marriage covenant, not the person that's coming towards you.
That's true.
It's your responsibility. She could have showed up at that counseling butt naked. He could have said, "No, miss, come back."
Let's have a seat.
How about some pastors, they and their wife, they counsel together to prevent things like this. That's a smart move. So she very well could have been the aggressor. She knew he was married. He's all over TV. She knew.
But if you say it's a smart move for the pastor and his wife to counsel together.
Yes.
And I assume you're saying that to keep things like this from happening.
Yes, absolutely.
Then where's the trust?
It's not about trust. It's not about trust.
You counsel a sister beneath her? I'm going.
No. What if there is a complete trust, right? Say Justin's a pastor and he go to counsel this woman.
Stop striking
there is no witness to be like she could have totally came on to him and then cried rape. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that has happened too.
Yeah.
And there's no witness.
Right.
There is no witness.
Like that's all well and good.
There needs to be a witness in these type of situations.
Hold on. Because I ain't getting a chance to say nothing yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm at you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Justin.
So, I mean, being there, being counseled with the husband and wife, that's all well and good. It stops from the closed door situation.
Right.
But what keeps her from catching him in the hallway? Like, pastor, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, usually like on Sunday, most of the time you're catching the pastor at service on Sunday. He's not in the hallway by himself. It's people all around. But when you talk about counseling
sessions on Sundays?
No, they can be any day of the week. Okay. And if it's just you and the pastor, it's your word against his. And I think she knew that, which is why she chose to record him. Because apparently he was,
she recorded him.
Oh yeah, she recorded, and I have it if you want to.
She recorded him talking about how his wife don't cook, how she feeds the kids pizza. He was saying he was getting a divorce, but it's the same thing he told the woman last year.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me ask y'all this. When it happened before, did he deny it?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. In the beginning, he
denied it. I do know he owned up to it.
He went on several different shows to
denied it. Okay, but then he came forward and said that it was. What did he say? My wife and I were in a very difficult place in our marriage, and in that time, I began to converse with someone other than counsel, other than a pastoral leader, which is where I should have taken my issues and challenges. I began to converse, and was even in the presence of that person one time. But being in the presence of someone is not the same as sleeping with them. So he's saying he never slept with this woman.
Yeah, he said he had an
it was like an emotional affair. Right.
And we talked about that.
Yeah.
But there was also rumored, and
I don't believe that.
Nobody in their
You ain't flying no chick to Cabo because you.
No, this is
got
the chick
emotion.
from last year.
Right.
This is the one from last year. The one from this year.
But you should have heard
She's
the
the one that did all the
voicemail
recording.
she had last year. He was mad on the voicemail because I drove all this way and you ain't coming to see me. Like, he had a whole attitude. And last year he had the woman in the same hotel as him and his wife. But you just want to have conversation with her. Come on,
Player.
You know what?
Nobody in their right
You
mind.
hear this fool talking about some player?
Yeah, I don't like talking about people's mishaps like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, just personally, like, I don't like talking about that because, first of all, like, we only hear what has been put out there,
Right.
And you know, for us to say these things like they were definite things that happened, like, we don't know. We wasn't there.
We don't know.
We didn't say it was definite. We just said we don't believe him. Nobody said it was definite.
I mean, but us talking about it makes it sound definite. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It makes it sound.
I don't
like,
believe it.
It makes it sound like that's what happened. We don't really know what happened, but that's why we're here talking about it, because
allegedly
we talk with y'all, and y'all tell us what y'all think might have happened too, if y'all have heard about it. But I do know, and correct me if I'm wrong, he went up into the pulpit and confessed to his congregation. Yes.
Yeah, but he didn't confess to a sexual affair.
Yeah, he said it was emotional.
It was emotional, but he
That
didn't
was
do
the
most
first
of the
time.
confessing. His wife was on there. It's on YouTube all over.
Really?
She did a whole sermon about strange women, and you know, and I mean, I'm just like, I think they, you know, all these women know he's married. I'm not giving the woman a pass at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving him a pass at all. Like I said, there are boundaries. You need to respect the boundaries of your marriage. And if you cannot do that, then maybe you should not get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this segues us into our next.
Well, if you can't do, sometimes you don't know you can't do it until
you're in it.
You know you can't
you messed
respect
up.
boundaries when you're in a relationship and you dipping and diving.
The flesh is weak. Who said that?
No. The thing about it is that listen, most people are the same. You know, some people can change, but if he's having these emotional entanglements while he's married, best believe he was having them before he was married.
Exactly. So I'm saying most, you know what I mean? Most of the time, if you cheated during a relationship, unless you really learned and you soul searched and y'all discussed boundaries, you can change. I'm not saying people can't change, but if you know that you can't control yourself like that, then don't get married. Yeah. It's about I think it's about self-control. It is a lack of self-control.
Have they been married? Do we not like that?
They got married in 2010. They've been married 10 years.
So
they had 2 children.
About 3 years ago that this first incident happened?
No, last year the first incident.
Yeah, early 2019 is when he had his first indiscretion.
So it took him 9 years to at least.
Well, we don't know.
9 years for anything.
It took 9 years
to get caught. We don't know what may have happened, transpired beforehand.
Correct.
Might have been getting away with some things. Of course, he, you know, he's a celebrity because of the. Call him a celebrity because he had the reality. It was a reality show, or
he had a reality show.
Reality show
called The Book of John Gray.
I call him a celebrity because he's probably recognizable walking down.
Oh yeah, he's recognizable.
You know I walk down the street, nobody gonna say, "Hey, Goose, what's up, Goose?" Depending on the street.
Unless they watch the show.
It depends on the street. You dig what I'm saying? But for him, he's going to be more recognizable, and that's why I say celebrity.
Right.
So, and people are also saying like, well, why didn't the wife leave the first time and all? You know, they trying to push the whole wife leaving thing.
Yeah, well, the thing about
I'm not gonna push that. That's between If she want to leave, that's on her. I mean, she might be hanging in there. She might be waiting for him to kick the bucket and collect that insurance.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wow. All right.
It has happened.
Yeah, no, I know it absolutely is. So
this kind of leads us into another question that we kind of had. There was a post, I believe, Tara, you posted it actually in the group.
Mm-hmm.
should marriage licenses have an expiration date?
Well, not even licenses. It does say license, but should a marriage contract have an
Okay.
expiry date?
Oh, yeah, even better.
Mhm.
So
Both of them.
I mean, every other contract, including a driver's license,
Expired.
even if you're a doctor or a nurse, you got to renew your license.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
That's about money.
It's
yeah,
all
that
about.
is- it is all about money. It could be a money thing. Let's
Always
make
a
people
thing.
pay to stay married.
That's
But
true.
then I'm
Exactly.
wondering if people would think,
But there are factors.
right?
to take
I wonder if people would think a little harder if they knew they had to renew that license every couple.
That's exactly right.
They
And
wouldn't
I'm
be
glad
so
you said that because I found an article about it.
Oh shucks, let us hear it now. Yeah.
So, all right, Goose highlighted real quick. What were we gonna say?
A few things.
Oh, so basically, this article says here's how an expiry date marriage would work. Okay, the marriage contract would be for 10 years and would then expire.
Okay.
The couple did not renew their marriage certificate. They would be free to go their separate ways without having to go through a messy, costly, and time-consuming divorce process. If a couple wanted to remain married, they would simply fill out a renewal form for another 10 years. If a couple wanted to end the marriage before 10 years, they would simply fill out a cancellation form and the marriage would be dissolved without any divorce proceedings. What do y'all think about that?
I think 10 years is too long.
I agree. I think it should be more like 5.
5 years.
But
Mhm.
I mean, in that time, you have entangled your finances with that person. So I don't think the go your separate ways will be that easy. I think there will still be messy court proceedings,
Right,
even
so-
if the license expires.
Unless the contract is written
So it's
differently.
So in skimming the article, I didn't see anything about the finances.
Somebody said cable. You know
I
what I mean? That 2-year contract.
Right?
I didn't see anything about the finances. You dig what I'm saying? It sounds good to say no messy divorce and no costly divorce and all that kind of stuff. But we are human
Mm-hmm.
and we can be petty.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So if one person wants out and the other person doesn't, oh, you want out? It's going to cost you to get out. Even though
It's going to cost you to get out either way.
our certificate expires tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well,
That's true.
the writer of this article, I don't know, it makes sense to me. He says that the reason why he's suggesting expiry date marriages is because, one, human lifespans are increasing every year. So the old idea of staying together for life is no longer as simple as it once seemed. In the past, a couple could get married and stay together and then die at approximately 70 to 80 years of age. That's so macabre.
Yeah, like really?
Yeah, getting married for life was something people could accept because we had a very limited lifespan. Like, think about it. People will die in their 40s in years go by.
So Tanya said,
Yeah.
Tanya
every
said,
argument is going to be like, I
I
can't
can't wait until this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, you ain't even gotta wait. You can fill out the slip.
yeah.
Yeah, fill out the form
No,
and
I
say
can wait.
I'm done.
Keep on with your madness.
Tear that joint off like a coupon.
Mhm.
Time's just ticking, brother. Keep on with your madness.
Listen here, you ain't gonna keep holding this certificate over me.
Mhm.
That's what you ain't gonna do.
kids. I
Well,
don't
this
want
is true.
Oh yeah, who gets the kids? I don't want them near yours.
Well, okay, so,
Yeah, so-
they did
so-
mention something about children.
That's my kid. They always talk about
Yeah.
that.
No, so the thing about it is, he was saying, so this whole marriage contract thing is
Right.
like the whole is another part, or like it's part of a culture.
Okay.
If you believe this is part of the culture, so they're saying if
You're
are-
ingrained.
if you're engaged in a marriage contract,
Mhm.
then you are raising your kids
Mhm.
Mhm.
to understand the contract.
Mhm.
So at the end of the 10 years, if you guys decide to separate, the
Mhm.
kids should already know that this is a possibility.
Yo, could you imagine your
I
kid
know,
coming
but like
to
really,
you?
like a 2-year-old? You're
Yeah, I
cool.
mean,
But it's, no, you got to be like
you
thinking
like 8, 9.
kids when they kind of understand what's going on, and if they hear the parents aren't happy, and you hear a lot of arguing, you kind of like, no, mom and dad are getting a divorce. You know what I mean? So
And so Tanya said, well, what if you have a prenup?
Okay, so you know what? We didn't get that far.
Exactly.
Okay, I agree.
Well,
though.
there actually probably wouldn't be a need for a prenup.
It probably wouldn't be a need for a prenup if the contract is going to
The
expire.
contract will probably be a combination of the marriage contract and a prenup. That's the way I would see it.
Can you put a clause in your prenup that our marriage license will expire in 10 years and then we will reevaluate the situation? Can you do that?
I mean, I'm assuming that you could. Couldn't you create your own contract to say whatever you wanted to say?
You could, but right now, a marriage contract, I mean, if they exist, they're not recognized by any legal entity.
Oh, okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
But
So
a prenup is.
A prenup is.
Yeah.
But a marriage license is also. So just like when you get married and you need that certificate, you need to have documentation showing that you and your spouse, now ex-spouse, no longer want to be married. So you guys decided to separate. And then a judge signs your divorce decree.
So here's something that Justin and Goose might like. This part is for the men. It says men usually get screwed during the divorce process. In most countries, a husband usually has to give 50% or more of his assets to his ex-wife, even if she didn't earn any money throughout their marriage. It's almost as though the legal system is making him pay her for services. So this article
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Good.
Because in some instances, the husband may not want his wife to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that she didn't make any money. You like, oh, babe, I want you to stay home, take care of the kids, and cook. And then something happened, we get divorced. Well, you ain't make no money. You know what I mean? I agree with that.
But is that true? I mean, if it's true, it was true.
Thing is, if you wanted me to stay home, then you prevented me from making money.
And you agree with it. I can stay home.
So what? Well, then you will pay.
Like you tell me, I can say, listen.
General Hospital.
Not so much General Hospital, but okay, yeah, I get it. So it says the law requires husbands to give 50% of their assets to an ex-wife. Was relevant back when women couldn't earn their own money. But women now have equality and can hold high-paying jobs, run
women
businesses.
Don't have equality. They just make a lot more.
No, they make it seem like.
Well,
and we still don't make as much as men in some jobs.
That's true. No. Or be supported by government payouts in some countries. The divorce law hasn't changed because it's still a hot potato to deal with the politically correct world. Politicians and the general public would rather ignore it than face the fact that men are currently getting screwed by the legal system when it comes to divorce.
I don't agree with that. It's some women that get screwed. Like, there are
some women that get screwed. I mean, I know I have a friend right now that's in the process of a divorce and she's getting screwed financially.
Men get screwed at a higher rate than women. That's probably
what he should have said. Because Sherry Shepherd got screwed. Okay?
Oh, and Mary J. Blige too.
Yes, they got screwed.
Yeah.
That's all right. They both need cousins to go get their money back.
See. Well, anyway.
Ain't that right? Ain't that right,
Ain't that right, Shaman? Well, okay, so here are some benefits of expiry date marriages. A number one benefit is no more messy and costly divorce, like I just said. 50% of approximately 50% divorce rate in most developed countries, especially the United States. You can imagine how much time, energy, and taxpayer money is wasted going through unnecessary divorce proceedings in lawyers' offices and in court. A second benefit is it would keep the pressure on to remain attractive, loving, and relevant. I don't like the way that sounds.
No,
I don't like the way that sounds at all.
So the way it's written to me, the way it sounds, is that while you're part of this contract, both parties are constantly trying out for the team.
Yeah, like it keeps you. It keeps you in a competitive state of mind.
Like you're not like letting yourself go. Is that what you're saying?
So, did a man write this article?
It's like I got 2 years left on this contract. Let me get myself back in shape and ready to get out in this field.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it says many married couples get to a point where they stop worrying so much about making the other person happy, proud, and excited to be sharing life with them. After a while, a high number of marriages end in divorce or reluctantly remain together for the sake of the kids, which I think is a big mistake to do, but never mind.
Because the kids can tell when you're not happy.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it makes it harder for them to see their parents miserable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think here I think they should split it up like this: 40%. Each person, they get 40% of the money. 40% goes this way. 40% goes that way. The last 20, I almost messed up the math. Right on live.
Mhm.
The last 20. Okay, they should get 45 and 45. The last 10% goes to an account for the kids for that to grow. That's
So
what
now Goose was saying,
Where is this 100% coming from? Like together,
I'm talking about the finances that they have as a couple. One person takes 45%, another takes 45%, and the last 10% are divvied up to the kids of the marriage.
do you guys think, since we're talking about kids, and especially I guess if they're young, this doctor, Carl Pickard, he's a PhD, he says that for young children, divorce shakes the trust and dependency of his or her parents. Do you think that that's true? Do you think that like parents getting divorced can affect how children trust and
I don't know if I think that's like, I think it probably affects a lot of children a whole lot of different ways. Like, I really think it probably depends on how the child is treated within the marriage and what the child saw within the marriage. Did this child see a lot of argument? Did this child see physical abuse and all like that? If your child sees physical abuse, that can probably affect the trust before the divorce even happens. But if the child is just seeing a loving relationship, like everything's all great, honky dory, good to go, and then all of a sudden, boom, y'all getting a divorce, I can see that affecting the trust. Like, I thought everything was good. Everything's good, and all of a sudden, boom.
Right. And then also you have to question whether or not like kids would think, if mom and dad don't love each other anymore. If mom and dad loved each other once and then mom and dad don't love each other anymore, does it mean that mom and dad will stop loving men?
Yes, younger kids tend to think.
I would think younger kids would think that.
Yeah. Younger
kids. Older kids, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that the license expiring would decrease the messiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so at all. And that's how I could just tell that a man wrote that article.
Yeah, I mean, and he keeps saying in this article that culture changes, but
well, what culture changes?
Well, he's saying cultures have always changed throughout the ages, even though
we're going through one right now.
Well, yeah,
huge culture change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's saying change is inevitable. He believes that people's views about what constitutes marriage and family are beginning to shift, and we are seeing that absolutely.
Which is true. Yeah,
whether we like it or not. With so many divorces happening across the world, it has become clear that something isn't quite right about the way things are when it comes to relationships between men and women.
I don't think it's maybe something that's not right about the relationship. I think there's a difference in thought pattern between men and women now. Like back in the day, like both parties, like that y'all just knew like we was going to stay together. They stayed together. I mean, even like though women were being abused, they stayed with their man. You hear me? Through a whole lot, they stayed with them.
But a lot of times they didn't have any other option.
But even if they did have another option, some women chose to stay. It's a lot of, you know what I mean? But now it's like, people are told to like, if your needs are not being met, if you're being abused, I don't agree with you staying if you're being abused. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, verbally, or physically. Abuse is abuse. I don't agree with that. So that's out in the open more, and women are choosing to leave. And then you have a lot of people now who are realizing that they are attracted to the same sex. Mm-hmm. So they're leaving because of that, because it's more acceptable now. So they can do that. So I don't think it's the fact of what the author said. I just think that people's mindsets have changed.
Yeah.
And they would have to change more to accommodate the marriage contract.
So again, I think that takes us back to every contract is different. If you think that works for you, then maybe you could have certain clauses in your contract. You know what I mean? So, maybe it could be revisited. What is Les? Les always has something to say. Always does.
Why they
She
look
said,
like?
I think divorce should be harder too, to make people really think. Hell, I've been divorced and it was the best for us, but I think it was harder to do. We may have fought harder. Oh, if it was harder for you to get divorced, you may have fought harder.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could agree with that. I don't think it should be that simple.
Right.
Because I think that gives you a little bit more pause before you even get into marriage. If it's that simple for you to get out, then people just won't be getting married all willy-nilly.
And they did, some do.
No, but the thing about it is, like, so I guess if both parties are committed to the separation and think that that's the healthiest choice for their relationship, then it may be easy.
Right.
But if not, it's not easy. I got a homie been trying to get divorced for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been really rough on him.
I
Running
think
through the ringer.
I feel like in some weddings they have the thing where like they pour like the sand. They'll pour like one color sand, another color sand, and they're like you got to separate the sand. I think they should have to do that, something like that. Because let me tell you why. Because
I go buy 2 more things the same.
No, the original sand. That original sand.
Exactly. The original
sand.
It's difficult for that to happen. It's going to take a lot of time, and over that time, you're going to have a lot of time to really think if that's really what you want to do.
And y'all have to separate the sand together.
No, I don't know about that. That I don't know about that.
Somebody might get shot.
Well, also because maybe not both parties want the divorce.
That's true. That's true.
But if you want the divorce and you want that, you should have to do something difficult that you have to sit there and think about, and something that's going to be difficult for you, and then boom, and then if you mad long enough to get it done, hey.
But see, the reality is, at least for me, is that all this thinking you doing, trying to get divorced. If you had put in half the effort,
and
that's the point.
Before you even asked and decided to get married, then that may solve a lot of the problems right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of my point. Like if you like, sometimes doing something will make you see that it's not what might be bothering you may not be as bad as it seems in the moment.
Right. It may be fixable, or it may make
unless you get your ass whooped. Now that's something whole different.
If you're being abused, I think you should try to get out of that.
Yeah. But I mean, it may make you see, like, it's hard for people to see their own flaws. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, you know what I mean, people are selfish. We are just inherently selfish. We want what we want.
It's human nature.
Right. It's human nature. I want this because it makes me happy. I want this because me, I. You see what I'm saying? But that's not the case when you get married. It's a we thing. Right. And sometimes, people jump into divorce because they want to be selfish. And so I think the whole separating of the sand thing would make you turn around and look at your selfishness.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm really that selfish that I would sit here and remove grains of sand, because by the time you get there,
you gotta be mad. When you start off, you mad. By the time you get
like, tell what color it is.
A little bit into it, you're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna ride out.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not separating no sand. I just leave.
Well, I always say
I don't need to sign no papers. I'm out.
If I'm desperate enough, I'll do the shit with the patience.
She's enough with patience of
Mr. Miyagi. Wax on.
So I will get a sifter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But with the patience of Mr. Miyagi, you end up being able to whoop somebody behind.
You might you may realize that, you know what I mean, what we getting separated about is fixable.
Right, that's what I'm saying. By the time you get halfway through this thing, you like, let's just talk. I don't want to do this no more.
My anger would just go up more. I'd be mad as hell.
I'd have to do something really, really bad.
Yeah, I would say,
because for me, I'm already mad, and now to separate this sand,
why your eyes get that big? Separate the sand. Now you got
no.
Yeah, you're not doing it. You're not separating sand, y'all.
I do it in 15 minutes.
You will probably do it to be spiteful. See, I really want to leave.
Oh,
get it all done.
Sand.
Wow.
Listen. So for everybody out there getting ready to, get
Separate your
married,
saying?
do they nuptials, don't use saying.
Don't you say
Use
it.
like Legos or something.
I was at a
Use
wedding.
those big rocks that you put in a water fountain.
Yeah, river rocks. River rocks.
River rocks. That's it. River rocks. All right, so guys, so there are pros and cons to expiry date marriage, a contract expiry. Okay, so here are the 4 pros. I'm going to name them all to you. Pro number 1: costly, messy, and time-consuming divorce proceedings can become a thing of the past.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, we don't know. A 50-50 split of money and assets will no longer be a factor. What you bring into the marriage is what you take out. So women can't marry men for their money anymore.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Couples will need to be better at relationships and take care of their love together, rather than taking each other for granted and staying in an unhappy marriage for the sake of the kids or because it's shameful or costly to end. And then the 4th one is children will grow up knowing that relationships have to be taken care of. Those are the 4 pros. Okay. The 4 cons are some couples may not commit fully to the relationship because they know it is legal to simply exit the marriage. So that makes it too easy for you, right?
Exactly.
Yep. The second thing is growing up knowing that mom and dad are potentially going to split up in 10 years may harm the development of some children. Number 3, couples may feel as though they no longer have to stick with each other through tough times. And that's part of your marriage vow. Isn't that in the marriage vow?
So they're going to change the vows for better?
Yep. And then the 4th con is children may lose faith in the idea of marriage for life. That's kind of sad.
And imagine what kind of generation we'll have with the next generation.
I mean, they already kind of.
Listen, the state of marriage is halfway a joke in this country anyway.
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest. 50% of the people that get married end up divorced.
Yeah.
You had Britney Spears one time get married and then annul it like the next day.
Oh, I thought that was Kim Kardashian.
She did it in Vegas.
Kim might have did it too, but Britney did it a while. Vegas, right? Like her best friend, like her and the best friends. Yeah. Said, let's just go get married, and then they gonna annul it like right away. Like the establishment of marriage is a joke in this country. To be honest,
yeah, it is.
I mean, for me, it's the simple fact that you got to go to the government to get some papers signed to say that you're married is ridiculous.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I don't know how many, that post got a lot of responses. I don't know if you have it there that's like readily that you could pull it up, but one person in particular did say that. Like, why is that even a thing? Like, why do you have to get permission from the government? Isn't it supposed to be like God's ordinance or some shit like that?
So the whole idea of the license, I'm sure it's financial because you have to pay for the license, but also
it's for census purposes.
Yeah, also it's proof. So like you're on my insurance. So I show my marriage certificate, and that shows that we are legally married, and that my job can pay for your medical coverage. See, so it's things like that why the legalities are a part of the whole marriage thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But with this whole 10-year thing, like, what does that say about commitment?
Exactly. We are becoming a nation of quitters. We're becoming a people of I'll try instead of I do. You might as well not say I do. You're gonna say I try. I'm gonna try, and then in 10 years, if I don't like it, I'm out.
Right. And not even in 10 years. Some people do it less time than that. So
well, I mean, Tyra has said that before in the show that people aren't really saying I do. They're really saying I'll try.
They're really saying I'll try.
Right.
And if that's the case, then you need to change your marriage, your vows to say I'll try.
You're absolutely right, Tanya. Tanya says shame or embarrassment should never be a reason to stay married. Absolutely. You're right. If you're miserable.
And neither should the kids, because the kids ain't stupid.
So like 5 of them have parents who are together.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, it's true.
And there could be many reasons for that.
People don't people don't see the benefit of marriage anymore. They don't see it as a game. They see a lot, and let's not talk about the music in our culture.
Oh my God, yeah, forget about it.
Makes it seem like marriage is a loss.
10 years is a long time. It really isn't. It was just 2010, 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It
Kobe
wasn't though.
10 years went by pretty fast.
Like there was a whole lot of people still alive.
My daughter
in
was born
2010.
10 years ago, and I just can't believe it.
Oh my God, Tyra, I know. Did you see the picture I sent to you today?
I saw it.
I was like, look at the belly.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think like, yeah, what does that say about our commitment? Like we've become a microwave generation. We want everything quick, fast.
Absolutely.
And
what
now we
become.
want quick, fast marriages that can end if we want to.
Yeah.
Like I just think we're becoming more and more selfish.
Oh hell yeah.
And the other thing about it is you know, what do you do? I'm sure you have a conversation, but suppose one person wants a license, like traditional, and the other person is interested in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So the person that wants the license is like, bro, you trying to cut out in 10 years?
Right. I wouldn't marry somebody if you came to me with that mess.
Oh yeah, we are on the brink of 20, y'all. The Turners and the Tates. Amen, girl. That's
Yeah.
Mhm. And you know what? When you think about it, like, yeah, we're coming up on. It'll be 19 in October, right? It'll be 3 for y'all in October, right?
Yeah, 3.
So
let me ask y'all this.
What?
And this is kind of why we created this show with the dynamic of the different time spans of the marriages. How would you guys have handled 10 years in the contract is up? How would you have handled it? Like think 10 years ago,
where you were in your
where you were, and how do you think you would have handled it? 10 years ago. Not the 2020 Goose and Tara.
Right.
The 2010 Goose and Tara.
Do you remember?
This is the 2010 Goose sitting right here. It's the 1985 Goose sitting right here.
Yeah, Goose has never changed. Like, I mean, I don't. Marriage-wise, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I never ever. We get on each other's nerves, but I never considered. I never considered leaving him. Like never. I would. I don't know. That has never been a thought that's popped into my head. We've had arguments. We've had days when we've not spoken to each other.
Now, would there have been things that you would have said like, "Let's put this in the contract"? Like
amend the contract.
Yeah. Any ways you would have amended the contract?
Dang.
I agree.
Now, while y'all think about that, Tanya says maybe it should be based on age. Like if you're 18 to 22, you have a 10-year contract that you can renew, but after 22, you get no contract.
I agree with that.
That's not a bad idea, Tanya. Yeah.
You know, people who get married at like 16, 18, you're not the same person.
Yeah.
You are not the same person.
Right. But some people are the same person at 35 and 40 that they were when they was 18.
And then some people wait until they're 50 to lose their entire mind.
Oh,
and then that's when you're like, oh, great. Now you're midlife crisis. Now
yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds good, but you just don't know. People change. People change.
Change. Situations change.
Yeah.
Happen.
I can't think of anything, and Goose may have his own, but I can't think of anything that I would want it to have changed because, like I said in previous shows, I know what I didn't want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew I wanted to be a wife. I knew I wanted to be a mom. And Goose has been so supportive and giving and nurturing throughout our entire marriage. I mean, he allowed me to stay home with Eli for 3 years. I was a stay-at-home mom. And this man worked his butt off to take care of his family. I worked very, very part-time. Like, I just, started working. I
want to let y'all in on something because she's trying to be sneaky about it. When you said he allowed me to stay home for 3 years, she's nudging me like, see, Tara got to stay home.
Yeah, he did. I was like, I can't, my baby. Goose was
so the thing about it is that, so it took us 5 years to have Eli. Trying. You dig what I'm saying? And then when he was born, he was a preemie.
Mm-hmm. He was so cute.
He was so tiny.
So she was all on her nervous, anxious joint.
And postpartum depression had kicked in too.
You dig what I'm saying? So, and on the other tip was daycare as opposed to a salary. To a salary.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it may be cheaper.
It is
Right.
cheaper
Stay home.
Yeah.
because daycare is like a second mortgage.
Yeah.
So I
can't think of any time in the history of the 23 years, almost 19 that we've been married, that I would want to change anything about our relationship.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah, and I'm not in the contract because I'm a fly by the seat of your pants type of person.
But you are.
You can't do that.
But he is. But he always, but you know, Tom, y'all know Goose is not selfish. Goose always, whenever he formulates a plan, Eli and I are part of that plan. Like it's never like
Goose has never been selfish. I've known him in my life.
No, so I listen.
He has never been.
I'm just gonna sit here and do whatever this man tells me to do.
Word.
That's
it.
it.
It's almost the end of the show. Let's wrap it up. I'll tell you
I already cooked his dinner. It's waiting for him up there.
Why my chicken cold?
Oh yeah. So, what about you guys? It's only been 3 years in, but what are you thinking?
Oh, he ready to bounce. Like no.
Oh, I know he's not. That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Let me break out my list.
Oh my God! You got.
No, he been journaling about you.
I can believe it. Listen,
I got a scrapbook somewhere.
I'm
too,
not easy to deal with. But he's known that because see, we were friends for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he's known that he knew coming in here that I wasn't easy to deal with. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kudos to you.
Yes, kudos to both of them.
She likes.
He's not easy to deal with either. We work each other's nerves.
And you're going to.
I think the good thing
I don't work Tara's nerves at all.
Really?
Now, Goose.
It's all in her head.
Now, Goose.
Yes.
He is lying.
Okay, I had to agree with you on that one. You work her nerves sometimes. Mm-hmm.
I don't work her nerves either.
Exactly.
She works her own nerves.
See, what it is I lay down molehills, but in her head they become mountains. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Okay, we'll go with that. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just say okay.
Yeah. Whatever it is you said, whatever it is you like.
Yeah.
Bark like a dog. A big dog.
So somebody said marriage can death work. It's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. Absolutely.
You know what I
but it's not for the weak.
That's what I was going to say. It's not for the weak. And yes.
Right, exactly.
That's right, Tanya. Mm-hmm. It's not for the weak. And what I've realized in the 3 years that we've been married is that marriage is exposure. It exposes all of you, the good parts of you and the bad parts of you. And then once you see the parts of your spouse that you typically don't care too much for, y'all either gonna work on that together, you know what I mean, or y'all gonna separate. It's exposure, and I think people don't go into it realizing,
or you're gonna learn how to,
learn how to deal with
that.
But I don't think people go into it realizing that it's going, because you can't, you know what I mean. The dating part is over. Ain't no pretending. I can see that you put your dirty drawers in the hallway, and that gets on my damn nerves.
That's,
you know what I mean?
That's why our dirty clothes basket
do
is.
that.
What you mean?
I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying hypothetically.
You're just saying, right.
It's exposure. That's what I realized. Marriage exposes you.
Right.
If
Absolutely.
you're not ready to be exposed, and if y'all not ready to work on that, then don't get married.
I agree. That was good advice. Thank you. So brick wall lending?
Oh, that's how we do it on this show.
That's how we did. That's how it is.
Good night.
Thanks for coming out. God bless and good night.
Yep.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the 10-7 show for another live broadcast. We definitely appreciate y'all. For everybody that is joining us on the YouTube channel, make sure you go down there and hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel and hit the little bell thing, as my wife likes to say.
The little bell thing.
Bell with the parentheses.
And when we post, more videos, there are a whole lot more shows than 10-7 on New Twist Radio. So you definitely want to check those out. And we got a lot of more things that are coming, and I can't wait for them to happen. And if you are watching us right now, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to check out the the 10-7 show right
Yep.
here on YouTube and newtwistradio.com. And then
Mhm.
check out newtwistradio.com all the time. And, 24/7,
Yeah.
365.
Mhm.
Download the New Twist Radio app.
How about let's do it one better. Soon as you finish watching this and you're part of the group, go in the group and invite a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
good idea. Good idea,
Yeah.
husband.
Even
I like
better.
it.
Invite a friend. And
Invite
tell
a friend. There you go.
Each one reach one.
invite a friend. We're
Yeah.
gonna make this like a susu. Invite a friend and tell your friend to tell
Yeah.
another friend.
The bring
Mhm.
friends.
But we ain't gonna, there's no money. We don't have, it's not gonna cost you. Do that right now. So look, we getting out of here. We want to thank Goose and Tara and my wife and we brick wall. We're done.
Yeah, we
That's
done.
it. See
Yeah.
y'all next week.
See y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.